everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are watching me from. Here in Jamaica, it happens to be about 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. It is the 25th of April. And I'm here to do another kiln unloading video. I just happened to have gotten a Instagram message from somebody saying, "We miss your videos." And I thought, well, how fortunate is that? I just happen to have a kiln load to unload now. And anyway, here's my kiln over here. It's a Scott 1027, and it finished yesterday, probably around midday. And so I have decided to wait until this evening in order to unload it and to discuss everything. Now, it is mostly opulence glazes and some combinations that I haven't tried before. Sometimes when I make my work, I don't really have any idea of how I'm going to glaze it. So it's a crapshoot. Anyway, let's explore this kiln, and I will tell you all of the glazes that I use to make these pieces. Okay, let's get going. All right. So I have these bowls. Okay, they are going to be about 6 inches across and maybe 3 inches deep, and they have a little foot on them. Let's see. Now you can't really see my name because I've glazed over it, which is really kind of too bad. I won't do that again. Anyway, this has been a full dip in opulence eggshell, and then I dipped the rim into, I believe this one is Blue Monday. And I got quite a bit of run, but the one nice thing about opulence glazes is when you put two of the reduction look glazes together, I think those are in the 600 series, you get a little bit of run, which is really, really nice. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. And this one is goldenrod and eggshell, and it's turned out pretty nicely. I almost lost it there. Anyway, that's it. It's a really pretty yellow, and I'm happy with those. I made 5 of these bowls. So this one is, okay, this one I believe is antique iron. Again, all of these bowls were dipped in the eggshell, and then I just dipped the rim. And when I say I dipped the rim, I probably dipped to about that far, and it probably went even to not even half an inch on the inside. So as I say, you just get a little bit of run. But this is antique iron and eggshell, and I do like the run I get on this one. I've used this combination many times, and it's never let me down. And this one is okay, I got some real serious run here, which has gone almost to the shelf. So I was pretty lucky on this one. And this one is rhubarb, and I believe it is Mako. No, it's not Mako. I'll think of it. Coyote. It's a coyote. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I've always said coyote, but anyway, that's what I call it. But this is rhubarb. And I get really big run with that, so I'll have to be careful next time. It didn't hit the shelf bottom, but it sure got close. But I do like this one. This is really pretty. Very different from how the other ones acted. This is my witness cone. I have a 5 and a 6. So the 5. Let me see, I did fire it to cone 5 medium with a 13-minute hold, and you can see that the cone almost bent all the way down, so it didn't quite reach a full cone 5, and the 6 is hardly bent at all. So I normally get a deeper bend. I usually get to about 5.5, and this one didn't even get to 5. So I'll check that out the next time. I'll keep a record of this one, and I'll check it out the next time I do a firing and see if it makes any difference. So these are our commissioned piece. These are some lamps that I do, and I carve a pineapple on the inside, and they were asked to be done in cobalt blue. And I really do love, this is Coyote Cobalt Blue, and I love how it breaks on the rim and you get this white. I haven't touched or treated that or wiped it away or anything, and you just get that lovely white that breaks on the edge of the carving. Anyway, there's 3 sides of pineapple, and I have little saucers that are inside. So I have 2 of these. And here is the second one. So they turned out really perfect. The reason I do 3 is that when you put the candle in on the inside, that the kind of behind the pineapple on this side, it's solid. So you get a really nice reflection of the pineapple. If I did it in 2 or 4, then you would probably just see right through the piece. So I always do my carving on my lamps in 3s, just for that very purpose. It makes for better display and better lighting. So I hope you like those. I certainly like them. And this, my husband just said to me one day, "Why don't you make something that looks like this?" So I did, and unbeknownst to him, he has no idea that I've made this, but this is eggshell on the inside, and then what I did is I got a what do you call it, a wire rack that you would use in baking to cool off your stuff, and I put my this upside down, and then I poured Blue Monday all on the outside and a little bit on the inside. I did have a crack in there that was, you can almost see it. It doesn't look very nice on the inside, but nobody's going to see that anyway. So there you go, you can see it a little bit better. But I had a little bit of a hairline crack as it dried, so I put in some bisque fix, and then I realized, well, that was kind of stupid. It's not bisque. But it had started to dry, and I couldn't take it off. So I did bisque fire it, and I had a look, and I had like a big long hairline crack down on the inside, down here, and also on the other side. And fortunately, it hadn't cracked through the inside of this bowl. So this bowl is this bowl is about 10 inches across. The bowl part itself is a good 4.5 inches, and then the stand is at least 4.5, almost 5 inches tall. So this is nice. I'm really happy how this turned out, and yeah, it's a good one. It's exactly what I expected. Okay. So here's another one of these little bowls. Now this is, again, full dip in opulence eggshell, and then sea spray. Again, I only dip it down to about that far. It's not very far. So this is all the run. Like I said, you put 2 of those 600 series glazes together, and you get a really pretty run. So this is my favorite one of this set so far. This is really pretty. But I love this green. This sea spray by Opulence and eggshell by Opulence are my absolute go-tos. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, so I have a piece there that I'm just going to put on the side until I get the other half of it. Now this is, I made a whole bunch of these saucers, so you're going to see a lot of those, and I'm just going to blast through them. So this is black copper, which is a glaze by Jessica Putnam Phillips that's sold at Clayscapes Pottery. And this is Opulence goldenrod. Now I did a mug a way back where I did the goldenrod on the inside and the black copper on the outside, and it was really pretty. So I just replicated it. Now I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of a really nice metallic sheen on this black copper. And again, it was I dip it, so it just dip in and dip out, and that was it. So this is just one coat of dip, and it turned out really nicely. Okay. these are, I think these are for me in my house because I use these all the time in my kitchen. They are about almost 6 inches wide and about 1 inch deep, and they're great for condiments, for grapes, nuts, butter, whatever you want to put in them. And I always do 1/3, 2/3. And so this is eggshell and sea spray. So that's a win-win. And you can see in the, I don't know if this lighting will show you, but you get some really nice breaking of the glaze because, like I said, it's a reduction look glaze, and I've loved it from the beginning of when I first started using their glazes. And this is a different glaze than this one. This one, of course, is the black copper. I believe this one is Muddy Hippo, which is a spectrum glaze, and I've had it for 10 years. And I mixed it up, added a bit of water, and it was as good as new. And I rarely use this, but I really like it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's saucer. How you? No, that you know what? Antique iron, sea spray, goldenrod. I lie. This is antique iron by Opulence. I do have the Muddy Hippo coming up. So this is goldenrod and antique iron, and I really like how that antique iron is. I've got it at the right consistency and the right specific gravity. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, here are some misses. Alrighty. Now this one here is the Muddy Hippo, the Spectrum Muddy Hippo. As you can see, it's very similar to the Autumn Frost in Opulence, so you can understand my confusion. But anyway, and then this is Autumn Frost and Muddy Hippo. So I like that. That's really pretty. So this is just a frosty light brown. It's pretty true to the color on this video. So that's really nice. And like these are going to be misses for me, but my daughter just got a kitten and I'm actually going to Canada next week for a few weeks. And anyway, I put the sandbow decals on the bottom of these saucers, and then I dip them in Amico Aqua, and I have it in dipping. So it was just one quick dip and whatever, but I figured, you know, one for water and one for food. So I'll take these to Canada with me for my daughter. I'm not really happy with the color of them. Well, I mean, it's what I expected, but I just didn't want to do white, and I tried to think of another color that would show up with the decal transfer, and I just decided on aqua, something light, but they're not really rocking my boat, but she's going to get them anyway. Okay, these are seashell and antique iron. Sea spray and antique iron, again both in the 600 series of Opulence glazes, reduction look glazes. I'm just loving how this antique iron, last time I used it, it came out very soft colored, but it's really beautiful. That's really nice. And there's the other one, like I said, 1/3, 2/3. And this is the mate to this one here. So that's antique iron and goldenrod. There you go. You can see the color. The goldenrod came out really nicely. It's very golden, I must say. I expected it to be a little bit more yellow, but maybe because it didn't reach as high into the cone 5 temperature. I don't know. I usually get it much brighter than this, but I'm really happy with that because it looks really nice with the antique iron. Yeah, this is a win. Okay. just the saucers that go with these with the lantern. So I just I don't know, I take 10 ounces and I just draw it across and I put it on a little lip, and then I just get a MKM I think they are, one of their texture tools, and I just run it on the outside and I get that nice little imprint on the rim. And it just sits with the lamp, so it catches any of the wax, because I don't want people dripping, using these and putting in candles, and then they get all the dripping on the bottom or on their tabletop, and then curse me. So everybody who buys one of these gets one of these. It's a 2-part. Okay, we're getting down to some good stuff here. All right. So, all right. So this is a soup mug, and what I did was, the first time I made these, they were just so stunning, and what I had done is I had painted them, brushed on 3 layers of honey flux, and then a really good thick layer of the stroke and coat colors. And this time I did it a little differently because I don't have enough honey flux, so I used the antique iron. The eggshell, because I knew I will get run with it in combination with other things. So what I did was I did a full dip in the eggshell, and when it was dry, I did a very thick band of light flux, and then on top of that band, I just took the bottle and I squeezed it and got a ring of stroke and coat. So the colors, I can't tell you the colors. I used, let me get them all out and then I can tell you the colors of stroke and coat. But that's kind of really pretty. It's got really nice run on it. Again, I wax my bottom so I get a really crisp line at the bottom of my pot. And there's the bottom and my signature, so that when you drink it, I'm upside right. And then I put a little stripe down the handle as well. So let me get the others out and I'll tell you the colors I used. I know, oh, that's a different one. Ooh, wow. Okay, there's one. Oh, this turned out really pretty. So look at all that run. It's just really no, I don't want to use the word variegated. I think that's really wrong. But anyway, this one I believe is teal. Okay, Peacock, no, let me see. Soup mugs, full dip eggshell. 4 soup mugs. I didn't write it down. Oh gosh, I'm sorry you guys. I normally take really good notes and I didn't write it down and then I put them away. So I think this is the teal. I don't know. There's Blue Isle, Jaded. This will be the, oh God, I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll put it in the notes. That's what I'll do. In the description, I'll tell you what the colors I used here. But I really like how the drip went. This is really nice. And I got this little bit of brown. I don't know how I got that, but anyway. And this one is really pretty. And again, a little stripe down the handle. Fortunately, I have no dripping all the way to the shelf, so those are going to be really nice. And this one is the red. Wish I could remember the colors. Where are my mugs? Full dip and eggshell. I can't believe I didn't write it down. Peacock, blue, and Jaded. Melon-choly and orange. Nope, that's on a different bowl. Okay. There's Melon-choly, I believe. There's Jaded. And then I have them in mugs as well. So that's gonna look, I make a nice pair. You get a soup mug and a coffee mug. So there you go. And I didn't put the stripe down the handle. Ooh, I hope I didn't do that on all of them. Anyway, there you go. So that's really pretty. Okay, this is just a plain mug, and it's a commissioned piece, and it is eggshell on the inside and just chun blue on the outside, and that's just one dip. So I just take it and I do the inside and I hold it, and then I dip it into the glaze like that up to the rim, and that turned out really, really nicely. They wanted the one in the light blue, so I hope they like these. I have 8 of those. Okay, this is something I was excited to show you about. So these are ashtrays. So this is the piece that I made. It's got a little pedestal in the middle, which you use actually to butt out your cigarettes. I'm not a smoker, but I have a friend of mine who's a smoker, and she asked me to make these actually for her mom and sister. So I did this one in sky because I did a little bit of texturing, and you can see how nicely it's textured. I'll show the chattering, not texture, just the chattering. And then this is the top. It's made in one piece, and then you have the little grooves where you can put your cigarette, and it just sits on there. So you just snub out the cigarette, and then the ashes fall into the inside and into this container. And then when you butt out the cigarette, you just take the lid off and drop your butt in there, and then it doesn't stink. But living in Jamaica, where everything is outdoors and things are pretty windy, the ashes don't fly all around the place either. So it's a really cool thing to have when you live in the tropics or in a windy area. And this is another one, and this one is done in, this one here is done in Amico Sky. That's all, just a celadon. Like I said, I wanted to use a celadon to show off the chattering texture. And this one is in Opulence Blue Monday. I seem to be stuck on Blue Monday, eggshell, and sea spray, but they're just my favorites. Anyway, same thing. There's the top, and it just fits on there really, really nicely. So these were made. The lid was sculptured to fit each base properly. So, and again, more of these mugs done the same way. This is a full dip in eggshell, and then across the top, I did a very heavy band of light flux, and then I held it like that, and I just poured a rim of the stroke and coat, a line, but a pretty thick, heavy line, and then I just kind of let it drip on its own, and it did drip a little bit as it was drying, but not really too much. But this is the run you get because of the flux that I did, and this is the green one. So like I said in the description, I will tell you the colors that I used if anybody wants to try and replicate these, but I kind of like them. You can get a soup mug and a coffee mug, and I might just sell them as a pair or sell them individually. Who knows what I'm going to do. Make that decision at the time. Okay. All right. We're down to the bottom row, and I do have an amazing piece in here which I will save for the end. So like I said, I have 8 of these, and this is Opulence Eggshell and Just Chun Blue from Clayscapes Pottery, which is, I have it in the dipping form. I bought it in the dry powder, and I just mixed it by their instructions, and I dip it. So I'm just not going to waste your time and show you a whole bunch of those. Let me just pull them out. There's 4 more. I have 8 of them. So they turned out really, really nice. Okay. I just have 1 more of those, and then I have this ashtray to show you, and I did this in Autumn Frost. It's really nice. I think I'm going to give this one to my sister who lives in Canada, which is where I'm going to next week. Again, maybe it's a little easier to see how I make it. I just throw it in one piece. And again, waxing the bottom, you can see what a beautiful crisp line I have in the bottom. And I just dipped this into the wax as well. And so I fired this on the shelf like that, and I fired them separately. I could have left this bare and left it bare on the inside and fired them together, but I decided not to this time, and I'm glad I didn't. So, just a couple more pieces to show you. I'm a fan of Von Smith, who has a YouTube channel, and he comes from Nova Scotia. And he had done these garlic keepers, and I really liked it. And I thought, okay, my sisters are both amazing cooks, and I'm going to see both of them when I go to Canada. So I made them these, and then there's the lid. And it is a perfect fit. Again, I could have waxed the inside here, waxed the top there, and I could have fired them together. But I'm really happy I did what I did. I just waxed the bottom, and I fired this on the shelf like that, and I waxed this bottom and I fired it like that. So I did fire them separately. It couldn't fit. It really couldn't fit any better. It is a perfect fit. It's the first time I've ever done a lidded jar with a perfect fit. So kudos and thank you to Von Smith. If you don't watch his channel, please do. He's just really good at explaining pottery. He's an excellent potter, and I'm really happy with that. So we have just 2 more pieces and I'm done. But this one is another garlic. Unfortunately, the garlic writing didn't come out as well as I had hoped. So like that's a bummer. This is Antique Iron, Autumn Frost by Opulence. Glaze came out perfect. The lid, again, it's another perfect fit. I'm really happy. Only disappointment is the thickness of the glaze, and it's kind of covered up the writing. So I wouldn't sell that, but I will give it away to my daughter or my sister. Huh? Okay, last but not least is, wow. This is a Peacock bowl. And what I did was, I do have it written down how I did it. So I did a full dip in eggshell. It was difficult. I poured eggshell in a big vat, and I just turned this around, and I got a full coverage in eggshell. And then I let it dry. What I did after that is, okay, Peacock top, blue isle, jaded. Okay, Peacock top. Okay, blue isle and jaded. All right. So on the top row, what I did was I alternated, I did the U's as we do of light flux to make the peacock or the running effect. Between each alternate one, I did blue isle and jaded. So blue isle, jaded, blue isle, jaded, blue isle, jaded. And then I did another row of the light flux in loops. And in those loops, I did Melon-choly and orange. And the orange has peeked out in a couple of places. And what I did was, as it was drying, it was running a lot. So what I did was I actually turned it upside down and let it sit like that for about an hour. And then I came back. And what I did on the inside, oh my God, I didn't write it down. Yes, I did. Yes, I indigo float inside seaweed in the rim. Okay, so what I did was I got indigo float, Amico indigo float, and I very carefully brushed it on over where all of the peacocking was, all of the stroke and coat and the light flux. But because the light flux kind of peels off the piece, I had to be very careful. And I did that. And then what I did was I just took the brush and I kind of went all over the bowl haphazardly. So it was a very uneven brush on of the indigo float. And then what I did was when that all dried, I just took seaweed and I did one thing of seaweed, and I love how seaweed makes everything run. So I just did a rim of seaweed on the over the indigo float, and then likewise I just kind of haphazardly went around, and this is what I've ended up with, and this is just beautiful. I sometimes a piece just takes your breath away. And I like the outside again with the opulence eggshell. And I have a little bit of it going over the edge there. But anyway, this is just one beautiful bowl, and it is 4, 8, 12. It's about 14 inches across and at least 6.5, 7 inches deep. So this is a winner and a good piece to end off on. So I want to thank you all very much for watching my unloading of today, and I'm going to try and do some videos of making pieces as opposed to always being about unloading my kiln. I do have more to offer than that. If anybody has any questions or wants to know anything about how I made the piece, I'd be happy to show them. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel and would like to, I'd be delighted if you did. And then as I end off every broadcast, I just hope you enjoy the remainder of your day, and many blessings. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye.